And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Yeah, sorry. Abe's laptop decided to log on, update, and then restart again. Sounds good.
Let me do a justification in game. After recently defeating the elemental that was summoned from seemingly the enchanted candles in the floor below you, you have started climbing the stairs in the newly opened staircase. And as you reach the top, you suddenly all simultaneously get terrible foot cramp and have to sit on the stairs rubbing your feet for about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you've just not enough potassium in fantasy times.
Stretch out, guys. It'll be better in a minute. Joseph kind of like lies down on the floor and puts one leg up, like footballers do, so someone comes and does one of those like leg to shoulder stretches.
Nice. Roll a athletics check.
Okay. Well, it's more performance because I want someone to come and stretch my leg.
Oh, okay. If we're going to do that, then performance, yeah.
Okay. Which I'm much worse at.
Okay, with a 12, you see Joseph lie awkwardly on a series, like 6 to 8 stairs, and looks very uncomfortable, and then sort of like stretches his leg and makes a kind of sound.
I'm kind of like wiggling my toes, hoping that someone comes over.
You notice through his leather boots a certain jostling that could imply toe movement.
Yeah.
I instruct Gehact Balachus to go and wiggle his toes.
Yeah,
Wiggle Jose's toes only?
Through his boots, though.
Okay.
So it's extra ineffectual.
Make a dexterity check for Gehact Balache. I also like that Hugo's got an actual Scotch glass for presumably Scotch.
Yes.
Okay, with a 15, you feel these very dexterous, very pointy imp digits manipulate your tarsals and metatarsals in a fairly satisfying manner.
Invisible imp.
Sorry, he's
digits.
still invisible. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
You presume they're imp fingers. They could be anything unseen, really.
Yeah, I feel like God himself is massaging my foot. It's pretty good.
I say, good job, Gehact Balachus. We have a career outside of this nonsense.
Update from Ash or
Struck
Monty?
gold.
Yeah. We're well, I think Sheila's got it on her phone now, so we should be able to
Yeah, I'm over there.
get it working.
Oh, I didn't see you in the chat. There we go. Okay, so as you finish stretching out your leg muscles and manipulating toes and getting rid of your foot cramp, you arrive at the threshold of the next level of this Orpheus's tower. Or you presume Orpheus's tower, according to all the shtick that the nuns had spouted your way.
Fucking crones.
Within this level, you see a very lavish bed with crimson bedspread and some sort of perhaps polar bear skin rug atop it. Speaking of rugs, there is a large circular rug in the center of the room, slightly underneath the bed. 2 very rudimentary looking chests against the far wall, double doors between those chests, and presumably a fireplace off to the right. And the staircase continues upwards. You're in like a staircase cylinder. What do you do?
So I'm going to stay away from the rug this time.
Yeah.
Don't trust that shit. Yeah. Do the stairs carry on upwards, or is that just the graphic?
No, they do. That you know those staircases where you get off at one level but you can keep going up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you are.
Joe's thinking that like the first floor, the ground floor, we had a rug and a fire situation, so he's very wary of that. It looks like it's pretty hard to sneak past the rug. So he's just going to sit there thinking.
Zenrai desperately wants to jump on the bed.
Does he express this desire out loud or purely an inner monologue?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Fellas, I really want to jump on that bed.
I say, not before me, and run at it.
Okay, describe to me how you do that.
I'm going to run up at it, jump in the air and then do a little twist so that I fall on my bare back and try and take up as much of it as possible.
Okay,
Very graceful.
give me an athletics check to see how well this goes. Or acrobatics, I suppose. It could apply to either category, whichever is better for you.
Oh yeah, sweet 11.
Okay. With an 11, you take a step onto the rug as you leap towards the bed, and the rug immediately encircles you in its clutches. Everybody,
Shit.
everybody roll initiative. It's like you just never learn.
Fucking knew it.
Okay, so Monty is here.
I'm hanging back.
As Monty is encircled in a cylinder of very lavish circular rug, he is also the first to react. At the beginning of your turn, I believe you are going to take damage.
Sweet.
You take 9 bludgeoning damage as this thing constricts its tasseled threads around your torso. Would you like to do
Just
something?
went to a Murloc there.
Yes. Do I have a proper turn?
You do, but you're restrained, blinded, and at risk of suffocating.
Sweet.
So just that basically restricts certain things that you can do. Like you have disadvantage on, I think, attacks or something. But just let me know what you would like to do, and then we will make it happen as best we can.
I think I am going to just try and tear a hole in it, really, rather than like set myself on fire, which I was tempted by.
Don't worry, I'm going to do that for you.
Yeah, good.
which I was tempted by.
Okay, I'm
go
going
on.
to try and slash through it with my halberd.
So basically, you're trying to
Halberd?
get out, right? Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
going to try and
wow.
create a gash in it.
Okay. In that case, I would say you need to make a strength or athletics check. Basically, you can use a knife to do this, but the way the mechanics work is you're trying to overcome the creature with your knife and your strength to break your way out. So just make like either athletics or strength. It's up to you. Oh, wow. With an 18, you slash your way out valiantly, leaving a gash of threaded proportions behind you. Would you like to stay where you are or move?
I will. Is it in any way kind of alarmed by that? Like, can I get away safely? Without an attack opportunity is what I'm asking, I guess.
Question. No, I think you would. Actually, no, it's probably used its reaction. So once it's used its reaction, it can't do another attack of opportunity until the next round. Like, you can only do one attack of opportunity / reaction per round. So yeah, you should be fine.
Okay, sweet. I think I'm going to run to this little nook here by the bed.
Nice. And that is the end of Monty the Brave's turn.
There we go.
Nice.
You were so close to getting set on fire. For this
We have,
time of life, you were going to get burnt to death.
Now it is Abe's turn.
Right, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to use my move, but I can't move myself. But
I can move you. Oh, no, I can't.
Nope.
I can give you control. Hold on. And yeah.
Close to it and attack it with the great axe, which is 1d12 plus 2 bludgeoning damage, which is.
You'll have to roll a 20 to hit first, I believe. Is that correct?
Is that it?
You need to roll a d20 to hit first. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we'll do.
I want to hit the rug.
Yeah, you need to roll a d20 to hit, and I think you add your strength, which is whatever your strength is.
Well, that is not going to happen because I got a natural 1, so.
Oh, wow. Roll a d20 to see how unfortunate that is.
10.
10. Okay. Basically, you run up towards this rug creature and start to slide on the newly revealed stone floor underneath, and you do like a whoa, trying to keep your balance, and then you just sort of bump into it in a moderately embarrassing manner. Monty can control all players. Okay, cool. I've changed this around, so Abe is still going to be Abe in the combat order, but Monty can control it. And you can control Dave, Joseph, so we should be all good. And I can actually probably give that, now that we're learning new functions, I could probably give that to... And I think you can, Zenarai, now move your imp.
Cool.
Cool. So let's say, is that the end of Abe's turn before we do imps?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Next up is Josa.
Okay, so...
Oh wait, hold on. Just beforehand, I'm pretty sure that the Abe the Paladin can attack twice. Isn't that something we discovered recently?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know how to find it in this one. Though.
Sweet. Yeah,
It's
no,
okay.
that was true. So.
It's like
Oh.
plus 5 or 6 or something if you're hitting with your great axe.
Yeah. So, which one should I roll again?
The d20, and then you add, I think, 5 or 6 to it. I can't remember your bonus off the top of my head.
So 18.
Ooh.
Oh wow, you rolled an 18 plus your bonus, or 18 in total?
No, 18 plus my bonus.
Nice, that definitely hits. So, excuse me, roll
That's 5. 23. Yep.
roll damage, which I think
Which
is probably like a
is-
d8 or a d10 or something.
I think it's a 12.
It's
Oh, D12, yeah, great axe.
12 plus 2 bludgeoning.
Nice. Bludgeoning, that sounds like a warhammer.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3. What's the resulting number?
If it was 3 from that, and is it 5?
Wasn't it plus 2? 3 plus 2. 5.
3 plus 2, yeah.
Yeah.
5.
Five.
Okay, cool. So you do 5 slashing damage as your great axe cuts another large swathe through its meticulously woven, presumably Persian fabric. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, that would be the end of the turn.
Cool. Jose's turn.
So I'm finding it hard to concentrate. This fancy music is really loud.
No, I'm listening to it too. It's pretty fucking sick.
It's almost too fancy.
Adrian, down.
Sorry, what was that?
Okay, so Joseph, thinking back to his previous rug shenanigans,
Rugnanigans.
rug shenanigans,
Dick Nannick.
his florpastry shenanigans,
Yeah.
florpastry shenanigans. His swords did better than bow and arrow, so he's gonna draw his trusty short swords and get right up in its grill, and
grill
charge
getting.
over, and maybe, I don't know, I've got a pretty cool image of trying to leap onto the back of Abe and then on top of the rug and just like chopping its pieces.
So you're going to use Abe as a stepping stone in the
Yeah.
air.
So
Okay.
I want to shout, Abe, platform routine.
Like, tells the horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Position 3.
I like this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Josa to roll an athletics or acrobatics check. If you fail the DC in my head, you'll still get to attack. You'll just look like a little bit of an uncoordinated struggler. But if you succeed, it'll be cool, and I'll come up with some way of doing that.
Yeah. I quite want to have a bit of a disadvantage because I want this to be something that Joseph thought about telling Abe about before, but forgot to.
Oh, so this isn't something that you guys have. Okay, well then, in that case,
So when I shout, Abe, catapult maneuver.
What?
well, no, okay, let's give it a chance. Okay, so Abe, you've got to just figure out. So roll an insight check for me. Do you have your insight stats on your sheet? It should be on the left with all the skills. So if Abe can just intuit what you want with a high enough check, then you won't be at a disadvantage. However, if they can't, then you will be because you've just made up a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Because it's kind of largely up to Abe whether you succeed or fail in this situation.
Completely. Yeah. It's the difference between getting a sweet like catapult or running into the back of a giant paladin.
Yeah. A Jaladin.
I see we're doing that today.
it's never not funny.
Skills for insight.
Yeah, insight. Sorry.
Oh, I have +5 with insight. That's good.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
I
insightful as fuck.
Come to Papa.
15.
Plus or
+5.
No, that's including everything.
oh, nice. Okay, with a 15, Abe somehow looks at the crinkle-browed look in your determined face and creates a platform with his broad shoulders. Now you need to do an athletics check, normal style. Or acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm going to go acrobatics. This is what I was made for.
Okay.
Oh, it's not good.
Okay. With a 12, you just in that moment of running towards this dragonborn's enormous shoulders, you realize, oh, wait a second, I'm a halfling. This is quite a big jump. And then you like barely make it, clawing over the top of his shoulders, and then do like just a little jump from his shoulders.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite the stepping stone that you were hoping for. Like a kid that doesn't want to go in the pool, jumping in the pool.
Yeah, try and do like a cool like star jump, but get about half a second at most.
Nice. So now roll your attack after that ridiculous routine.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Didn't like that one as much.
No, it's a bit of a stretch, that one. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, 15. Okay, with a 15, your short sword penetrates the threads, the 1,000 thread count rug, and does 8 piercing damage. I think it's 8 piercing damage.
Yeah, so I'm seeing myself, because I do this little like woo jump off, maybe like stabbing it in and then kind of Jackie Chan style, sort of then sliding down the rug as it like then takes my weight a bit as I then come down. I don't know how big this thing is, but it looks pretty fucking big.
Yeah, it's like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, so like in Rush Hour, I'm going to like all the way down.
Nice.
And then when I get to the bottom, I've got my second attack.
Mm-hmm.
What does Jackie Chan say in Rush Hour? I don't know.
The other guy, his partner says like he ain't going to be in Rush Hour 4.
Oh yeah, okay. Wait, I'm going to say that. Let's see if I kill him now.
Okay. Okay, with an 11, your incredibly complex maneuver has taken its toll on you, and you just sort of like, out of breath, just like barely scrape it with the blade, and it seems very ineffectual.
Yeah. And yeah, I see that and really just wonder about my life choices and remind myself to tell people my plans beforehand.
Okay, now that the showboat's turn has ended, it is Zenarai's turn.
Right, so I very smugly fucking run in and jump on the bed right in front of Monty.
Monty, roll a burn saving throw.
I go, yeah, that's what you get, you bear. You bad bear. Then I trail off and blast him with my fucking...
Nice. Zenrai is completely out of one-liners in the key moment of his victory, and then emits an enormous series of eldritch blasts. How do you want this florpastry to meet its doom?
So I want the first one to blast it through the bottom of it so it lifts off the ground, while the second one hits it right in the middle and blasts it into the firepiece, where it just burns up and fucking dies.
Nice. It is reduced to cinders.
So I saw myself as being about here.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess do I need to dive out of the way? Probably just.
No, don't worry. You're a halfling. It's way above you.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Yeah, and an Eldritch Blast is not an area attack. It's very like a focused bolt or beam.
Yeah, I just thought maybe the florpastry would like wrap up and take me with it. But yeah, I'll just I'll cool guy, not shrug at explosions and let it like blow past me, but not move at all.
Yeah, if the rug could have, it probably would have, but it was unable to on this example. Awesome.
Can Joseph run over and cut off one of the tassels and pocket that as well?
Sick.
Okay, make a dexterity check to see how quickly you can react as this thing is reduced to charcoal.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed to just scamper over there and retrieve a gold-looking tassel.
I want to like kind of pull it up and like scalp it like I'm doing.
Yeah, and as you look closer,
like a cowboy,
you get the impression that this is a gilded thread, like gold thread. So you get the sense that it's a valuable little trinket.
Yeah, clever.
Okay, you're in what appears to be a bedroom. What would you like to do now that you see a big dust circular outline of where the rug used to be?
I might jump up and down in the bed.
Enjoy
while looking at Monty.
I jump up and rugby tackle you off the bed.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Ooh. Okay.
And also, Zenerai make an athletics check. Oh, with a 9. The enormous Furbolg is... Excuse me. Oh, with a 3. Okay. The enormous Furbolg Monty, the druid, makes just a headlong run. No technique, nothing. Just a big moving ball of weight. Catapults you off the bed and like bounces you off the wall, and you roll kind of next to the what's this called, the chest over here. I assume Monty has claimed his place atop the bed.
Most certainly. I now sprawl on top of the fur rug, as if in camouflage.
Nice. You feel luxurious.
Sweet.
Are those chests on the side?
Yes, they are. They look more mundane than the average chest you've seen in your adventures. They have a more sort of, like a basic look to them. They basic.
Can I check one of them?
Yes, which one would you like to?
The one on the top.
The northern one? Go for it. You open it, and inside you notice a large amount of like luxurious clothes, like really fancy, presumably like the kinds of clothes you would wear at a royal court. They appear to be predominantly male clothes, although a couple of dresses in there, inexplicably. A mixture of like azure and crimson and lots of greens. It's a very rich collection of expensive clothes.
Is that something I could sell?
You presume with the right vendor.
Okay, can I take them then?
Yes, you can say fancy clothes in your notes section. I was going to come up with a different way of saying it, but that feels the most appropriate. You hear the smoldering crackling of the recently defeated rug.
Is the only way out of here up the stairs again, or is there something to the west there?
You notice there are double doors to the west, but you haven't gone out of them.
Yeah, okay.
Did someone check out that chest? Sorry, I was typing.
The southern one, no.
Then,
I'll look at it. This one.
Okay.
Abe was down. Yeah,
Go on.
Abe was here.
You open you open the chest, and you see a substantial collection of shoes, black velvet, yellow like moccasins, a couple of slippers, and then some really fancy like heeled shoes in black leather. It's a bizarre collection. Like in this day and age, in the land of Drab, you don't typically see people with more than like 2 pairs of shoes in their possession.
I pick up the black leather shoes excitedly.
Okay.
yeah, that was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That was a no-brainer. You have a pair of leather shoes, fancy
Right.
heeled leather shoes.
Right, let me add that shit in.
Guys, this guy has such a wardrobe. I bet he's killed no one to get this stuff. He just must be really rich.
He does have a pretty cool tower, so maybe people just give him their clothes.
He does have a pretty cool tower.
Which
Okay.
justifies murder.
Could I just pop a little perception check? No one's done that yet. See if I see anything. Looking for, I don't know, anything we haven't spotted yet. Anything on the walls?
Okay, if you're looking specifically for things, then make an investigation check. Perception is more like I'm looking around to see if an orc is going to jump out and stab me from behind that door.
Okay. Let's do an investigation.
Okay.
Nice.
With a 5, you get the sense that you don't notice any little nooks or crannies or paintings. There doesn't seem to be any paintings on this wall. It's quite a plain room, other than the things you've already discovered.
Giant murderous florpastry.
Yeah, aside from that.
Joe's just going to walk up to this door and pop a perception, see if he can see any traps or anything.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to say, I'm checking this door for traps.
Excellent.
Okay, with a 24, you are extremely confident that this is a standard set of double doors, untrapped and seemingly unlocked.
Power in.
Power
Yeah,
in.
So this is another one of the like maneuvers that we haven't quite described that exist only in our heads. Power attack 4. Just take one step and then like boot the door open.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Make a strength or athletics check
Okay.
if you're using your actual boot.
I am. It's just a regular boot, not one of those fancy ones.
Unhealed boot.
No, sick ass black leather boots.
Where's my strength? There. Sorry.
Okay, with a 3, you
My
managed
ankle
to
just shatters.
moderately sprain your ankle because you actually hit the doorknob and it comes at a bit of an angle rather than the flat of the door, and you look a little bit silly, like hopping around on one foot, clutching your other foot.
Yeah, jokes. I knew that was power move 4.
That wasn't power move 4. That was power move 2.
I always get them mixed up.
Oh.
Okay, I'm
Classic
just gonna
error.
I'm gonna hop backwards out and just let someone else have a go at opening this unlocked door.
Can you try moving your imp, Zenarai, by the way, just so that we can test that you can do it? Okay, sweet.
The imp flutters over, vaguely bored by what's going on.
That happens.
Dave licks him. Dave knows where it is. They have a
The
connection.
imp's invisible, but yeah. No, I think their brotherhood of the fellowship is strong enough to
Transcends light.
Okay.
It was that card game they played back before we went to the tower that really kind of
Just tight that.
strengthened their love. So my imp is male and Dave is female, so
What were you
Sweet.
saying,
Something-
Ash?
something's going to go down.
Yeah, very sexual love.
Yeah, mostly sexual.
Ash, what did you
I just
say? I
run
didn't hear it.
forward and shoulder barge it.
You're going to? Okay, make an athletics or strength check. Okay. With a 6, you don't run up to the presumably open door quite fast enough, and you manage to bruise your shoulder horribly, and the door remains like bowing on its like closing mechanism, but still closed.
Joseph's gonna say, guys, I think we've come far enough. we clearly can't go on.
So I
It's time to turn back.
I cast Mage Hand, and on the way to the door, I used to slap Joser upside the head while opening it from a distance.
Okay, you
gotta
run
roll for that,
towards
though.
the door while slapping Joser with a mage hand and opening the door with your regular hand.
No, with a Mage Hand.
Oh, you're physically hitting Joser and using the mage hand to open the door. Okay, the door
Yeah.
opens. The door opens with no issue at all.
Oh yeah, right. Of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay, sweet. So I'm just going to try to show you what you need to be looking at. Just give me a second.
Joseph's gonna get on mount Dave because I can't walk anymore because my foot's fucked.
Okay, cool. Do you see the map now?
Yes.
Cool. Basically, after you go through these double doors, you see like a 5-7 foot wide balcony that seems to encompass the circumference of this level of the tower, and it expands your view of the surrounding area. So, if I'm doing this correctly, you basically can see further, and you notice roughly, what do you notice? Probably that, I would say. Yeah, you notice the beginnings of desert and sand dunes to the south. You notice a very tight circle of forest to the east with a large clearing in the middle that seems to contain cottages and houses and things. You see the venomous copse to the northeast that you were recently plunging into, and you notice the noxious thicket to the north. To the west, you notice quite little pockets of very large, lush rainforest. And then beyond that, you notice a really long stretch of mountains, really tall mountains.
Sick.
Well, I really knew very little about the area I lived.
My
You're special.
horizons are expanded.
Wait, are we simpletons?
All the people out there we can meet and make friends with and bring glory to their lives.
Yeah.
Yes. Think how much more of flat drab we've seen.
Flat? Why
What?
flat?
Oh, because Zenrai believes that drab is flat.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. He's a flat earther. That seems in keeping with Zenarai's character.
But wait, if you look right into the distance, you can just see the edge of the horizon is curving slightly from this height.
Make an
Yeah,
intelligence
that's-
check.
Who, me or Zero?
Both of you, but mostly Joza, because you were doing something at the time.
Okay.
Zenarai's intelligence check can be more of a passive, how is his flat earth belief going in the background. Okay, with a 13, you've never really considered whether the earth was round or flat. It didn't really have much of an impact on your life, but you think, yeah, I mean, it's got to be bigger than just that horizon. I wonder why it disappears over there. And before...
Maybe NASA is warping the pictures.
And Zenarai, with a 14, you think to yourself, I mean, it seems flat, but there's got to be more of it. Maybe if I'm higher, I'll be able to see better. It starts to, you don't quite doubt your beliefs yet, but you think you've never really had this view before, so you've never been faced with this information.
I walk over to Monty to stand on his shoulders to get higher.
Okay. Do you allow this to happen, Monty?
I do.
Okay. With a slightly higher view, you see incredibly slightly more. There you go.
I gasp in enlightened wonderment.
Josa looks up and looks at their eyes, and then climbs up Monty onto Zenoi.
Okay, make an acrobatics check. This is getting very unlikely.
So this is on a balcony that's like 100 feet.
Well, no, technically you're... how tall would it be? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Make an acrobatics check. Oh, with a 14. Sorry, I didn't say... Okay. With a 14, you step on Monty's ear, Zenarai's eye, and they seem very unhappy about that, but you manage to make it on top in a crouched posture, and you can see ever so slightly further than that. Ready? Ready? There. Oh, I hit it all.
I'm blind!
I'm blind.
The tower takes another!
The pursuit of knowledge is just blindness.
There we go. That's what you see.
You know what? It is flat.
You've just questioned your thoughts and thought, no, that's not right.
No, it is flat. Sorry.
I'm starting to want to be able to see what these guys are seeing. And
Hey, get over here.
And what was
I'll
what
just
was
try to hug them and feel like lift them up a bit higher.
Sorry, what is Abe gonna do? Who isn't currently a part of this pyramid?
I'm going to hug the one that is
me?
Oh, okay, so I'm going to hug Monty and lift them up as high as I can.
Holy moly! Okay, you can make an athletics or strength check, and it's gonna have to be good.
So an acrobatics or strength?
Yeah, athletics or strength. Pick the better one. Please pick the better one.
I can't see my strength.
Josa, who's on the top, is just all about this.
This is the most.
You on, like, come on, you can do it.
This is the most bizarre way
Use your back
to see how.
Height.
This is.
Well, I have 15 plus 2, so that should be not terrible.
Well.
Oh, you rolled a.
Yay!
Oh wow. Okay. With a 5, you just can't lift him. You squeeze Monty and sort of crush his ribs a little bit, but you can't lift him off the ground. So luckily, the whole tower doesn't go flying off, but you just can't lift them up, so there's no way to destabilize them.
Oh, thanks for the hug, friend.
Yeah, you feel incredibly hugged, almost too hugged.
Mm.
Good effort, Paladin. And I'm going to jump off to the ground.
Okay. You hit the ground quite hard, but being a ranger, you've jumped from trees before.
Yeah, I did a sweet combat roll, so it's all good.
Yeah. There you go. Well
Fuck
done.
I refuse abjectly to get off Monty.
Okay.
Okay, I keep you on my shoulders and just start chanting, up, 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 up,
Up, up.
up, up. And then head back inside with absolutely no regard for Zenarai on my shoulders.
Zenarai, you immediately smack your entire torso on the top of the doorway. Make a strength check to not fall off.
Okay. My strength is balls.
Okay.
Hey.
You managed to hold on to the top of Monty's shoulders, but just with your hands. The rest of your body is basically dangling down his back, almost touching the ground.
I refuse. I do not relinquish my grip.
Okay, you're basically doing a really ineffective piggyback.
I didn't know I had a cape. Okay.
Okay, now let me move us back into the other place.
My fancy music mix is really epic at the moment.
Mine too.
I love
Such
that
a
it's epic.
mundane moment.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just banging his head on a doorway.
Yeah, you find yourself back inside of this room. The ashes of the once florpastry are now indistinguishable from the traditional logs of a fireplace.
As I say, I wouldn't mind inspecting the fireplace a little bit more, actually. Just having
What
a little... see
are you
whether-
looking for?
Whether anything's been burned in it recently, or, any suspicious scratchings, etchings, marked mechanisms.
Okay,
stuff
give
in
me
the room.
an inspection check, please.
Investigation.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay, with a 15, you notice there are two small, 3-foot high, armor-clad soldiers carved into each side of the fireplace, and they look quite nice. They look like very old, probably from the same period of time that the statues on the level below were carved. They have a similar sort of vibe. Maybe they were carved by the same person. The fire doesn't seem to have much in the way of fuel other than the charcoal that the florpastry was turned into. You don't notice any log ashes, and you're wondering why the fire hasn't gone out by now.
It's a ghost fire.
Touch it.
That is your first conclusion.
So I'm still clawing onto Monty's back at this point. Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's anything magic going on?
About the fireplace? Yeah, make an Arcana check. Okay. Yeah, with a 16, you get the sense that the stone that the fireplace is constructed with has been imbued with some sort of arcane enchantment that causes it to be aflame constantly.
Hey guys, there's something fucky going on here.
Told you, it's a ghost fire.
Ah! I'm glad I'm hanging on to your back.
What
not
does
your
what does
front.
Ghost Rider say when he looks into someone's soul and then burns them from the inside out? It's like something really cool. Don't you remember the
I'm
Nicolas
Ghost
Cage
Rider,
movie?
yo.
Anyway, I'll deal with it later, and then I'll send it as a commemorative GIF for this episode.
Up, 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 up.
Up.
Hearing the chanting of up, Joseph thinks they're talking about the next floor of the stairs. So I'll hop on the back of Dave and we'll walk over to the steps, I think.
I was just celebrating the 2007 Pixar classic movie.
It's true, it is a classic.
Celebrate it every day.
No one move their icons for a sec because I've got to move you to the next level. Your character wrestles with the idea that he's recalling a story in a format that doesn't exist, that he hasn't seen, but he's quite pleased with the idea of it.
Psychotic breakdowns in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
Okay. And then the GM said, let there be map. And there was map.
Look into my eyes. Your soul is stained by the blood of the innocent.
Oh, is that what he says?
I sent you the.
Come on, isn't that the most like metal thing that you could say to someone?
Yeah.
Your soul is stained by the blood of the innocent.
So on arriving in this new floor, I shout to everyone, "Look out, guys! There's no floorpastry. What do we do?"
Cool. So basically, what you notice in this room is at least 4, perhaps 6 desks of various shapes and orientations, all of which are coated with loose parchment, what appears to be a map or a sort of topographic model of a map, and then 2 white burning braziers on either side of the central circular table.
Map. Cartography.
Our group, the and friends party, has finally found a leader.
Just blind chanting.
Kill. Okay.
I like that your leader is mob mentality, but that mentality is one person.
Yeah.
Personified.
Cool. So what
Four
would
idiots.
who like to do?
I'd like to go and inspect the map, please.
Sorry, Monty would like to drag Zenerai on his back towards the map to inspect it.
Yeah,
Can I
actually,
steer him with your knees and your inner thighs?
I'm going to let you inspect it and describe it to me with your superior knowledge of all things.
So peeking over Monty's shoulder, I'd like to inspect the map.
Okay. You can roll a. It's not an inspection check. Investigation check, please.
If I had a 2-word description of our group, I think it would be needlessly convoluted.
Yeah.
What was the roll?
I think
Okay.
we and friends.
Excellent memory for maths and geography.
With an 11, you basically see more of this.
Oh shit!
You notice a whole butt ton.
Ooh,
Sick.
castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Look at the fucking map.
everything.
This is our world.
Look at all the
Late
adventures.
sounds really emo.
All the adventures to be had.
Younger than what? What's it comparing itself to?
You also, with your investigation check of 11, Monty, you see the map that is before you, except rendered in more 3D model detail. You see that each tree has been carved from maybe wood and then painted. And you see these little castles have been labeled and carved meticulously, some from ivory, some from stone, and then some from various different kinds of wood. This would have taken months, probably years, depending on the skill of the craftsman. And you can see that it still appears to be in progress. Not all the areas are fully painted. You notice, patches of yellow and brown and green just end without really any indication of the area around them. So you get the sense that the Younger Forest might have a name that makes sense if this person had labeled the areas around it.
I shout to Joser, "Quickly, jump on my shoulders. We might see more of this map."
Abe. Abe knows maps.
As an outlander, I do have good memory for maps, so can I also take a look?
Oh yeah, good idea.
Yeah, make I'll say, investigation check with advantage, because if that's listed in your background, then yeah, let's make that happen.
Hi.
I love it when backgrounds come up. They so rarely do. 16, and then you roll again.
I don't know what my backgrounds are.
They just give you like 1 or 2 cool
Sorry, they're just-
things.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So with a 16, you are confident that... what would you learn that you haven't already learned? Let me have a think here. You notice that this area here, this tower specifically, is one of the more recent additions based on the quality of the paint. It's still a little bit shiny, like it was made quite recently. You also notice that this area over here on the far right-hand corner has seemingly been deliberately painted a different color. Like you have the dark green forest here, and then to the right on the far edge of the map, you have this light teal color that doesn't look like an accident. It looks like it's painted there to indicate something, but you don't know what.
Where the world ends.
Do you mean to the east of the younger forest? Sorry.
Yeah, you see where I'm pinging, there's like a little teal
Gotcha.
swathe.
Yeah. I see it.
Okay, so we also need a flat earth check from Zenarai.
Sick. Why is that in D&D parlance?
Oh, sorry.
Intelligence.
That intelligence check, please.
You mean they don't have that listed as an attribute?
Oh, wow. With a natural 1, roll a d20 to see how bad it is.
Shit.
I love that Zenarai rolled a natural 1 on a flat earth check. 18. Okay. With an 18, you are more certain than ever that this completely flat model of the world that you know is proof that the world is flat.
Guys, don't even talk to me anymore. I have ascended to a different plane.
Well, just further along on the single flat plane.
Yeah.
I wish there was only one.
I consider readying a fireball, but then decide to pity Joser's ignorance.
Your inner monologue goes through exactly those machinations.
Shit. So Joseph also has he likes maps and stuff. Apparently, I have an excellent memory for maps. Does that mean that?
Nerd!
Yeah. Does that mean I could just recall this whenever we want, or?
Yeah, I think certain kinds of backgrounds can do that. It depends on how it's worded. Could you please read it for me?
So I'm a wanderer. I have an excellent memory for maps and geography. You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and blah, 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 blah.
Okay, yeah, I'll say you can basically remember this map. Abe, do you have something that describes itself in those terms?
Yeah, I have pretty much the same thing.
Cool. Between the two of you, you've got an incredibly rich, detailed mental picture of this map.
Can I throw a curveball in?
No, you can throw a flat ball only.
So the flat ball I would like to throw in is that my background is of Sage. Therefore, I am a researcher.
Yeah.
So when I attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, how does that work with the fact that I know the Earth is flat?
Well, you didn't finish your sentence. When you attempt to recall a piece of lore, then what?
If you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it.
Okay, so that means
probably
that you're very good at knowing where to get information, even if you don't know it off the top of your head. Like if you, for example, were standing outside of this tower and thought to yourself, I wonder how long this tower's been here, you would do a history check, and if you didn't know, the failure would still result in you saying, but there is a library in the proving grounds that may be able to help us.
Gotcha. I wondered if it might lead to some hilarity with regards to my ludicrously accurate beliefs.
Well, I mean, you do know places that you could go to get more information about flat Earth, but you have no desire to do that because you're incredibly confident.
Right.
Sorry, flat job.
Flat tribe, yeah. God, I'm so confident.
Cool. So you're currently staring at this model, and you're absorbed by its beauty.
How big is it?
I would say 5.5 feet by 3 feet.
Shit, I can't put it in my bag of holding.
It would be tricky. And again, you, like I said, you have trained for this. You can remember it basically verbatim.
Yeah, I want to sell it.
That's such a bizarre thing to do. You literally picked up like a whole tassel's worth of gold thread, easily pocketable, but you think, no, this incredibly clunky hobbycraft, there'll be a niche person that wants this.
Yeah. You never know, man. It's Dungeons and Dragons. Pretty weird shit.
Yeah, it's just an interesting way that Jose's mind works. I suppose he spent a lot of time in the forest, not so much in the mercantile world.
Yeah, he has a very simplistic idea of how that sort of thing works. It's mainly just hangs out with animals and trees.
Yeah, that seems to be the case. I will remind you of the context of the room, but if you want me to go back to that map, then I will. Can you see the place now?
Yeah. Can we check the books?
How would you like to check them?
Just check if there's anything that is useful to us. Anything
Okay.
that-
Make a perception check, please, Abe.
Perception.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
With a 6, you notice a lot of thick leather tomes, some of which are written in common, but not that many. You notice the only one you really pay attention to is it seems to be a book on philosophy, and it seems to be describing, like, do we live on one plane or many, is the title.
Very apt. Can I pop because now that I've got this idea of, I think Joseph kind of went over to the table and got the bag of holding out and kind of pushed the model into the bag, and then realized that the 1 foot opening was not big enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm now can I do a perception check as well, see if there's anything else I can, any useful scrolls as well that I might be able to recognize to sell.
Go for it. Make a perception check. Abe, did you have anything else you wanted to do when you saw this
I'm
book
just
with
going
your
to sit
6?
here and reading my philosophy book.
Oh, so you pick it up and start reading it.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was I talking to? Jose, with your 11, you notice as Abe picks up the book and starts reading it, the 2 white braziers that were illuminating the room suddenly leave their braziers and lunge themselves at Abe. So everybody needs to roll initiative.
Sorry, guys.
Why can't I?
So just to double check, is it braziers or braziers?
I don't know. I say braziers, as in like braz with a Z, but I really don't know how to say it.
Okay, so it's not flaming glass.
No, they're not
No.
upper garments.
Gotcha.
What am I looking for?
Joseph, I would recommend rewinding to 1928 Invictus.
Oh yeah, shit, I remember that one. That was good.
Okay, as this is happening, the will-o-wisps react first and begin to attack Abe. So we're going to do a check here. You see one of them comes up to you, and a little electric charge seems to emit from the core of this beam. And I think a 21 hits Abe just.
Now it hits me, yeah.
Okay, so that's roll 2d8. That's 8 lightning damage as you feel it course through your dragonborn sinew. And you notice they're giving off this bright light in roughly a 10-foot radius and just really brightening up the room now that they're sort of wandering around. Okay, then the other one is going to try and do the same thing. Does a 12 hit Abe? No way, right?
No.
Okay, so you manage to sort of earth yourself on the nearest metal desk leg, and you manage to dodge this blast of metallic energy. Next up is Monty's turn. You see the balls of light sort of bouncing angrily around Abe's head.
Okay, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the leftmost one.
Oh, I remember this spell.
It always misses.
It needs
Yeah,
a
always
dexterity saving
exists.
saving throw against what DC?
14.
Oh,
Yeah,
with a
man.
natural 20.
Oof.
That is unlucky. You get the sense that these things move around incredibly quickly, so you could surmise that they're quite dexterous.
We can surmise from that they have +9 dex. So
what
I
did
will
you?
not be casting that spell ever again.
Okay, you see this huge beam of radiant energy, well, medium-sized beam of radiant energy, plunge its way out of the ceiling into the ground, but the little ball of light like hovers out of the way.
Shit. Okay. I'm going to hang back here still.
Is that the end of Monty's turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Before Joseph's turn, you notice that as they start spinning around Abe and after the little tendrils of electricity, they start giving off this humming sound like a... Can you hear that, or is Discord cancelling it?
No.
Okay,
We can
cool.
do that.
Maybe one more time. Just one more again.
No, we're good. Jose, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, out of context, I don't like the sound of that, but Joseph's not that smart, so he's going to do what he was going to do anyway, which is to... he's on the back of Dave, and he wants Dave to do... Oh, no, it's not. It's too... These rooms are too small. I can't do a pounce attack. That's annoying.
What do you mean? How far does he have to run? She.
It needs like a... I think it's like a 30-foot run up. One sec. Extras. Yeah, Panther. Pounds, at least 20 feet.
Yeah, that's doable if Abe sort of runs to this far end of the room first, which she could do if she has 30 feet of movement.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then. So I'm still on Dave's back. Dave's going to do like a little run back over here and do a little run up, and then pounce attack, one on the left.
Okay.
Pretty sure they're going to explode, but I don't know that.
Okay, so do you have Dave's stats?
Yeah. Pounce. So if I run at least 20 feet forward, which I'm going to do, and then hit with a claw attack on the same turn, that must succeed. So I'll do a claw attack. Boink. 19.
Okay,
sick.
with a 19, the claws just find purchase inside this like ball of light, and you watch them do some damage, but not the damage that you would expect them to. So that's the one on the left, right?
Yeah. So we are... in that case, you must succeed on a DC 12 strength throw. I'll link it. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No,
So
that didn't do anything.
They fail the save, and it did do something. It showed me the DC. But as they fail the save, Dave pushes her claw down to the ground, but it's sort of like, without the aggression of a claw attack, it just sort of slides through, and they seem to be... This ball of light that's floating in the air seems to be unable to be proned.
Yeah, makes sense. In which case, so Joseph's going to be kind of angry about that, the fact that his trusty cat wasn't able to do what he wanted. So he's once again going to pull his swords out and try and plunge them into this ball of light. So let's have a go at that.
Okay, sweet. Roll an attack.
Blink.
Oh, wow. With a 25, your short sword, like you said, empowered by the the disappointment in your mount, cuts through, doing, again, less than you would expect. It seems like they are shaking off some aspect of the attack, but not all of it. And that is a successful attack. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Sorry, no, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, cool. Next up is Abe. You hear them buzzing on either side of you.
That can be commanded with the spell command.
Sorry, say that one more time.
Are these creatures that can be commanded with the spell command?
How does the command spell, how is it worded?
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your languages, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
Okay, well, do an... What would this be? Do either, like, nature or intelligence check to determine whether you think this creature is undead or not. Or you could do, like, arcana. Like, it could be... It could... Okay, with a natural 1, roll a d20. We'll see how severe it is. Okay, with a 13... You don't know whether it's undead or not. However, it doesn't have a body, and it's a ball of light. So you're unsure.
Sorry, I'm being muted. Sorry.
Okay, then I'm just going to attack normally with my great axe.
Nice.
Did that come good?
Okay, with an 11, your axe, heavy and weighty though it is, plunges down just a second before the thing like molds itself around. You get the sense it's quite tricky to hit, and it seems to be like bobbing and weaving around like a very tiny boxer. Is there anything else you would like to do? I think you can attack again.
Yeah, I'm going to attack with the Mace of Warning then. See if I
Ooh.
can attack with a bigger surface. But probably not.
Okay. With a 7, you don't connect on this occasion, but you do notice that the ball of light, when you take out the Mace of Warning, it seems to like shrink away from it and be much more like less cocky a ball of light than it was before. It seems a little unsettled.
Okay.
Is that anything else that Abe would like to do?
Nope, I'm just going to stay there.
Okay, that is Zenarai's turn.
I'm going to send a couple of blasts of Eldritch Blast. I'm going to send one at the ball of light, and then I'm going to send the second one at the brazier. See if it fucking knocks it over or something.
Okay, so the first one is the ball of light on the left.
Yep.
Okay, so roll that up. Okay, the first one connects with definitive force, and it seems to do the damage that you would hope it would. Like, it's almost as though you're fighting this creature with a force similar to the force that makes up its own body. And that is a successful attack. And then with a 13, you sort of try to Eldritch Blast the brazier, but it doesn't... You're not used to shooting at inanimate objects, and it sort of... You clip the edge of it, and it sort of shakes from side to side a bit, and you're not really sure what to conclude.
Goddamn.
Joseph shouts, I can kick it over if you want next time.
Yeah. I saunter over and perch on the edge of the map.
Nice.
Okay, you look chill. Next up is the creatures. The creature is going to... the one on the left here is going to... It really seems to be keeping its distance from the mace, and it's going to attack Joza. So that is going to be a natural 1. So it, in its hurry to get over to Joza, it seems to like overshoot and flies around trying to correct its flight path. And the other one is also going to try to run away, and it is going to go towards Monty. So you get an attack of opportunity, Abe.
Awesome. With one of them or with both of them?
No, the other one is still within your range. It's only one that's left your range.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see it. One.
Oh,
Yeah.
natural 20! The mace, you notice your mace glowing with this sort of white light impacts the creature as it leaves with stunning force, and it seems to do exactly the damage that you would expect it to, although you haven't used it very often. It feels like the hit went through. So that's going to be 9 bludgeoning damage. Okay, you see this thing really like shudder along its flight path as it heads towards Monty, and it's going to try to shock Monty. But with an 8, I assume that misses, as this little bolt of R2-D2-like electricity seems to like glance off towards the model and knocks off one of the turrets of the model castles.
Does indeed.
Trab.
Did you say Ash does it indeed?
Sorry?
I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, yes, I said it does indeed.
Excellent. So that is what happens, and that is the end of that thing's turn and that thing's turn. I did both of them. Yes. So that means it's Monty's turn.
Okay. Are we still 1 square for 5 meters?
Yeah, those big squares represents 5 feet.
5 feet, sorry. Yeah. Okay, doesn't really help. Okay, I'm just going to try and halberd it.
Oh, here we go.
But I'm very glad when I look in my custom items to see vegetable brine assorted.
Vegetable
Excellent.
brine?
That's from the old top of the other tower, top of the other
Yeah.
house.
Never
Let's
said
see.
that.
Nice. Okay. With a 15, you don't manage to connect with this thing as it's dodging around and weaving, but you notice, just like the Mace of Warning, the little floating ball of light seems very reluctant to get within any range of this halberd that you're holding, and it looks anxious about its situation. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I will stay here.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Next up
Have fun.
is Joe's turn.
Sorry. So first things first. Joseph's gonna give Zenoi a knowing wink and kick over the brazier.
I went back and mouth fucking tight.
Okay, as you kick it over, you notice the what's it called? Floating ball of light closest to you sort of like shudders and has to reorient itself for a sec, but you notice no other effects of your action.
I'm gonna run over and kick the shit out of the brazier.
Okay, with your foot.
Yeah. So
Okay.
stamping on the coals and smashing up the stuff.
I mean, it's made of brass, so you're not going to do a huge amount of damage with your foot, but you can make an unarmed strike if you like.
Yeah, I want to kind of just like stamp out all the coals as if like that's going to do something, and then maybe pick up the brazier and like try really hard to pull it apart, but probably fail. Let's see.
Okay, you're actually okay. If you stamp out all the coals, let's say, make an athletics check to see with how much determination you screw this thing up.
Okay.
Natural one.
I get to reroll.
That's true. It really reminds me of that scene from Office Space where they destroy the printer.
Yeah, that's the image I've got in my head. Quite like they think they're gangster, but they're kind of quite lame. Sorry, I'll do that again. Strength. No, sorry. Athletics.
You'll get
There
that.
you go.
Okay. With a 13, you manage to stamp out the coals, and you notice the ball of light closest to you seems to be physically damaged by the assault. It's sort of barely hovering slightly lower above the ground. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'll shout to the others. I'll give Zenoi like a long wink, just like a knowing, a pregnant wink.
Nice. Stroke-inducing wink.
Yeah, like it fucking worked. Nice one. And then I hope. I mean, presumably everyone else saw that, but even so, Joseph's going to ham up and say, "They're linked to the fire somehow. Use some water or something."
Okay, is that the end of Jose's the ham's turn?
I don't think I've got. Was my first kick over of the thing an attack? Yeah, I'll finish my turn there anyway.
Well, yeah. I mean, attacks and actions are sort of categorized differently, so I had to like ride the line between the two things. Technically, 2 attacks is 1 action, so you did like half of 3/4 of one of the other.
I'll call that it. I'll say that was my turn.
Okay, cool. As we go into Abe's turn, also, Abe, you're meant to have advantage on your initiative rolls from the Mace of Warning. So whenever you roll for initiative, you roll twice.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I can't. I also can't be surprised with a Mace of Warning.
And that's also anyone within 30 feet of you.
Awesome.
Jessica goes, boo!
Surprised is a slightly different thing in D&D, but yes, even this, Abe, knowing Jose's personality, you feel that this is highly expected. Cool.
You can get me.
It is your turn.
God, that mace is good.
The mace whispers to you at the last second, Jose's gonna do something silly.
Thank you, my precious. Okay, so I can move to his other side, right? Without giving him an advantage roll.
Which one are you talking about?
This one, sorry. If I move there.
Well, technically, you're already flanking it because Joser is on the other side of it, so you'd get advantage on the attack because of that. There'd be no need to really go on the other side that I'm aware of.
Okay, but can I attack the brazier thing?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. If Joser makes room for you, you can technically just walk around the ball of light and still remain within its melee range.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah, sure.
then I'll do that and attack the brazier thingy.
Okay. Make a. What are you attacking it with?
With the Mace of Warning.
Okay. Make a attack roll with the Mace of Warning. Okay. With a 12, I mean, it's a brazier lying inert on the ground. You hit it for 3 bludgeoning damage, and you notice this little glow start to fade out from the brazier, and this little ball of light disappears. Almost as if it was never there. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
I have another attack. Can I move and try and attack the other one?
You precisely can.
Excellent. I'm going to move here, turn around, and attack again.
I like you rotated your icon. That was serious detail. Okay, with a 14 and a 7, you notice your mace again glows a little bit as it comes into contact with this brazier, and the slight shimmer to the brass-colored brazier seems to fade away, and this other ball of light similarly disappears. Well done, everyone.
Whoop, whoop.
Ah,
We worked it out eventually.
Nice.
Good then.
Genius. I was gonna keep on chopping those balls of light.
They have they have crazy stats. They're one of the weirdest creatures in D&D. They have like an armor class of 19, a dex of 28. It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that plus 9 on that, or like at least getting 29 on that roll. I was like, okay, no way.
It's crazy town.
Can I quick, like, after that sort of all that business going down, can I have another quick scope around the room and see whether there's any drawers or shelves or anything that look fruitful?
Okay, make an investigation check.
I mean, it had.
Okay, with a third. Sorry, do you wanted to say something, Abe?
No, sorry. I was just like, well, they did have glowing guardians, so maybe there is something.
Okay, so with the 13, after reassurance from Abe that only having guards outside of cool shit makes sense. So obviously there's something cool. You go up to the desk closest to you, Monty, and where are you? You go there, yeah. And you do a little rummage around, and you find a couple of loose pieces of parchment that seem to be like notes, and they're written in quite a flowing, very pretty handwriting, and they say in common, I mean, everything I put down seems to eventually happen, but it's not quite as I intended. I mean, that one took 2 years, and then the second time, it's hard to know where one entry begins and the other one ends. It's just like little random notes, and there's all kinds of like weird. This person is very messy, and there's all these kind of loose bits of parchment and books on philosophy. One of them is about the nature of existence, and the other one says deities, all there is. And then there's all these kinds of books and parchments. Is there anything you're specifically looking for? Like, you were looking for nooks and crannies, I think you said, right?
Yeah, like drawers and.
Okay,
drawers
you open up a bunch of the drawers. One drawer contains like exotic fruits that half of which are rotting, seemingly for snack time while studying.
I take them.
Okay, you take half rotting fruit or the half that's good.
The rotting fruit.
Okay, you've got rotting fruit. You can add that to your notes. The bottom drawer contains a series of small paint pots, presumably used together with the brushes in this drawer to create that model. Then the drawers in the other desk on the other side of the room, you see a couple of sketches, and I will see if I can draw them for you on the screen. Okay. You see a couple of pieces of paper that have this kind of a drawing on it. And it has little labels next to it, like, should I call it the pencil? Should I call it, I don't know, the trophy, and he seems to be just like this. Presumably, this person is trying to come up with names for this sketch, for this object.
Guys, this guy seems to be writing things with some weird magical pen that then come into being and existence in the future. At least that's my hypothesis.
Hmm.
So why don't you look for the pen?
Pen.
Pen. Agreed. At the sound of chanting, Zenorite jumps up and starts chanting, pen, and comes over to start looking for the pen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jess can do that too.
Everybody make an investigation check who's looking for the pen.
Yeah.
Even though
If we
the
do
label
us-
said pencil.
Pen.
13, 16,
Pen.
16.
Wait, investigation was it? Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I was busy adding the rotting fruit to my.
You really are a meticulous character sheet keeper. I
Yes.
think Abe hasn't made a check yet.
No. Give me a second.
Unless you just ignore them in their chanting and stand
No,
surly in the corner.
Pen.
Oh, wow. Okay, so with an 18... Okay, so basically, Zenorite, Joser, and Abe, you start to do more rummaging. Monty, you start to like go over the areas you've already been to make sure that you haven't missed anything. And I will say, Abe, you're looking over Monty's shoulder at one point, and in the second drawer of the first desk, so over here, that Monty went through, you rummage around and try to see what you can find, see if he's missing anything, and you feel like a small piece of paper on the upper side, like attached to the upper side of the drawer. Like you would never see if you were just opening the drawer. It seems to be attached to the bottom of the drawer above it. And you remove it, and it seems to be a sketch in charcoal of a very beautiful woman with long curly hair. And there's like a forest in the background, and then in the distance of that drawing, it gets a bit fuzzy, like they weren't really focusing on that. And yeah, that's what you discover.
Okay, I'm a pervert, so I'm going to actually take the sketch.
Nice.
Lonely
Just-
Nights in the Forest.
Does she seem like she's come from the younger wood, the younger forest? Or
You can make an insight check.
oh wow.
Okay, with a 14. You don't think she's from the younger wood. I think one of you is actually from that wood, but I forget which one. And she doesn't look to be clad in the kinds of fashion that you've seen anywhere in Drub. It looks entirely foreign to you. She's wearing a lot of like robes, almost like in modern terms you would call it like a toga, but to you guys it just looks like a bed sheet sort of draped around her.
Sick.
And then moving on from that, we see Zenorite and Josa. You discover, again, books upon books about very like existential topics, like after death. One is just called After Death. And then the other one is called The Parallel. And as you flip through it, it seems to be about like, are there other planes of existence in parallel to our own? What influence do they have? How would we find them? And they seem to mix in like the arcane, like there's a bunch of references to the study of wizardry, and sorry, not wizardry, the arcane that wizards pursue. And yeah, that's what you discover.
Just gonna throw it all on the floor.
Okay, you throw it on I throw it on the ground.
I'm taking it. For the woman.
You're taking what?
I am taking the sketch of the woman in the toga.
Yeah, you can put in your notes, sketch of woman in toga, or any derivation of that should remind me.
Excellent.
Can I roll an investigation check for Dave, because she's also over here?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it. That'll be intriguing.
Should I just roll a d20?
Yes. If you have Dave's stats, do you?
What does she...
Investigation is based on intelligence, so just add her intelligence modifier.
Oh. You mean -4?
Yes, that. Okay. With a 14, Dave cleverly finds a dead mouse.
Well, so 10.
Oh, 10. Cleverly
Yeah.
finds a dead mouse beneath one of these desks and proceeds to chew on it and swallow it.
Nice.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
I would like to pick up the book on other planes of
Okay.
existence.
Do you do anything with it or just hold it?
Stuff it in my sack.
Okay. You do that.
Right deep in there.
You can write in your notes book on parallel dimensions or planes.
Got it.
In your spare time, you can actually like read these books. Just send me a WhatsApp message, and I will present you with the accompanying document for that book.
Oh, sick.
Cool.
So that's why it's good to keep notes, because otherwise you won't know what book you have.
Yeah, Joseph's bored.
Josa kicks a nearby book. Sorry, what's up?
Go up, up, up.
Up, up, up.
A chant emerges.
Up. I chant up while winking at my imp and telepathically asking him what's going on with these books.
Okay. Do you have the imp stats?
Yep.
Make an intelligence check for the imp, please. Actually, I have the stats too, do I? Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
Not a good roll.
The imp says, what would the imp say? Books, old books. Can you not read?
So, Gehact Belachis, of course I can read.
Oh, good. I was just testing. I mean, I could read. I just wanted to know if you could.
Thank you, Gehact Belachis. You're as useful as always.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, cool. I love that character. Awesome. Is there anything else you would like to do? I mean, Gehact Belachis has tons more thoughts to offer, but you just need to provide the right questions.
Well, Gehact Belachis can sit in the corner till he learns how to, respond to my needs.
You see Gehact Belachis goes up to Dave and in Zenarai's voice says, "Are you going to eat all of that mouse?" And and Dave just like looks mournfully, no, what's the word? Scathingly at Gehact Belachis as it's already been eaten.
Yeah, quickly swallows the rest of the mouse.
Yeah. Damn you.
I offer Gehact Belachis some rotting fruit.
Oh, he takes it with enthusiasm and says in Zenarai's voice, "Ah, yes, thank you."
You furry fuck.
Up.
Okay, so you guys would like to go up? Is that what I'm concluding?
Nah, mate. I mean,
No one move their icons, please.
oh, no one.
Is Ash drunk with power?
You can't refer to the dungeon master as mate.
Well, I mean, he can. It just depends how much he values his character.
Yes. I like the idea of like very aggressively kind of cutting through the veneer of the fantasy.
The idea of immersion is foreign to both Monty and Ash. Okay, cool. Okay. As you guys reach this next floor, you see a circular room with a pedestal in the middle. Atop the pedestal is a very elaborately worked hourglass, like a sand timer. And it's got this black dragon curled around it, like a model, like an enamel black dragon curled around the hourglass. And as you enter the room, it lifts itself off the ground and then turns itself over. And this is the amount of time that's in the hourglass. You also see 4 chests around the room. And that's what you see.
I'm gonna panic.
You also see some writing on the pedestal in the center of the room.
Okay, let's read that.
It says, it's carved into the bottom of the pedestal, Corval the Patient.
So maybe we should wait until the time is over?
Let's just wait and do nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I just stand here
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, do nothing.
and don't do anything.
I mean, patience?
and don't do anything.
Yeah, I think so.
I am going to.
I restrain.
I
Yeah.
am restrained.
Fine. I put my bow and arrow back on my back. Can I roll a perception check?
Sure, make a perception check. This is quite a timely check, because I mean, in the world of checks, basically, where it's in like
22.
bullet time. Okay, with a 22, you notice 4 chests of differing colors around you, and as the timer runs out, you hear a series of like clicks throughout the room, seemingly coming from the, sides of the room.
Which directions? Where the chests are?
Yes, vaguely. I mean, you don't have perfect auditory location, but you presume so.
Right, so we can see that the time's run out, or so I'm moving.
Yes, you can see that.
Joseph is still going to. I'm going to ride Dave here, as one does.
Okay.
Both of us are going to approach the thing and have a closer look.
At the hourglass?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you just trying to? You can make an investigation check if you want.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just I want to see this black dragon thing. Looks pretty cool.
Okay. It's
I
a
don't think I've
perception.
seen a dragon before, so I want to see. I know it's a model, but
Well, because you're perceiving rather than investigating, I'll say you notice there's another. This staircase actually ends here, and there's another doorway at the other side of the room that seems to have a staircase within it. You notice that the rest of the room is very plain. There's nothing else seemingly in here. The dragon does indeed look to be made of like enamel or ceramic, and it's been possibly painted, but you're not sure. And the sand inside the hourglass is like very yellow, very brown. Usually it's kind of a white color, but this one is quite brown in color.
okay. What do you guys want to do?
Maybe we should give it a chance to open one of them at a time, just one, to see if there is anything worth inside. Because if we open all of them, there's some monsters or something. Maybe not at the same time.
Sure thing.
Or we could open the yellow-brown chest.
Why?
I don't know.
The color of the sand.
Mm.
Okay, should we open that one then?
I mean,
Or
there's
because it's the colour of my piss, but
there's no other really way to choose. So.
Yeah, it's the color of the sand. Joseph has now, I don't know why, he's just kind of quite fixated with taking kind of trophies and stuff. So he's eyeing up this dragon to see if I could maybe cut its head off and take it as a trophy. So it's made of ceramic or something.
Mm-hmm.
I can just smash its head off with my sword.
Who are you asking?
You.
Well, you can certainly attempt to.
All right. I might see if we can open this chest first, but then totally smashing this dragon's head off.
Okay. Which one do you open?
The brown one.
The brown one.
This one or this one?
Yeah, that one.
So we don't want to open, I don't know, there's 4 chests, 4 of us. Can open them all at the same time?
You say that to the group. The group remains silent.
Yeah.
that could go really wrong.
oh, I don't like the sound of that. But why don't you open the brown one and we'll open all the others? Wink, wink.
I like that. This is the first time I've heard Zenarai recommend caution.
Zenarai is somewhat afraid of dragons, be they animate or inanimate.
Okay. Yes, I mean, there's been some kind of magical attack in pretty much every room we've been in of this goddamn tower, so let's be on our guard. Okay. In that case, yeah, I'm gonna... Where's probably the safest position? I'm gonna, stand here, send Dave over here, and, draw my bow and arrow in case anything attacks when we open this chest.
Okay, is Abe opening the
Yeah.
yellow colored chest?
Yeah.
Okay, you open it. Inside, you see two huge gauntlets that seem to be made out of like this brown leather hardened with something that you can't recognize. And then there's a little piece of parchment atop of it that has some writing in common. Do you
Okay, can I
read
check what
it?
it says?
Yes. It says, "Hello, and congratulations for making it this far. These are gauntlets of ogre power. Please think of them as your reward, and please take them and go."
Okay, guys, do you want to open one of the other ones each then?
I will show you those. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm going to show it to you now. So if you go to the... Actually, I think you can look them up in D&D Beyond. I'm sure these ones are actually in the system.
Gauntlets?
Of ogre power.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah.
Whoa.
They're pretty sweet.
That's insane. Yeah.
Wow.
Those are really OP.
Yeah,
This is-
the note was obviously written. I just read it aloud, interpreting what the handwriting would sound like.
That's awesome. You see what they do? Your strength is 19 while you wear these gauntlets.
Well, I mean, obviously, presuming we pick them up and they do what they say they do, who has anyone got 19 strength already?
I have 15.
Oh yeah, fuck, they're yours then, definitely. You're a main melee fighter, aren't you?
Yeah,
Hmm.
main tank with 19 strength. That would be good.
How
Nice.
about each of you opens another one of those chests and see if there's anything there for you guys?
Or why don't we fuck around with the hourglass?
I quite like the look of this green one being all naturey.
Well, if you're not going to open them, then I'm going to open the red one now.
Okay.
Alright. Joseph keeps arrow knocked.
Okay. As you open...
I retreat slightly into the stairway.
As you open the red chest, you see a lantern, like the kind of thing you would use to investigate a mine shaft, and another note atop it that says something very similar, just instead it says, "This is a lantern of revealing. Think of it as your reward for making it this far. Now please take it and go away." You can look that up. You can look that up in D&D Beyond as well. Hold on.
Lantern.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty fucking OP as well.
Okay, so I think that this might be for you, Zenariah, because invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light.
In case he loses his imp and needs to find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice to find us in.
I lost my imp, guys. It's
Yeah,
like the
well,
medieval equivalent of Find My iPhone.
Oh yeah, but yeah, because you've got.
Forget the fact I can literally see through his eyes at any point in time.
Just triangulate where he
What if
is.
he closes his eyes though?
Yeah, it's an excellent point.
Hey. And he's already been fucking around with me this session. He's been speaking with my voice and I didn't ask him to, you know.
You hear Gahakt Balache telepathically in your head go, "Hey, is there any food in those chests?"
And I go, "Yes, Gahabalaj, there's a nice tasty lamp for you that I'm gonna."
You see him
Shove
immediately fly over to the lamp and start biting it. Ow! Ow! Ow!
I can't believe that rotten fruit wasn't enough for you.
So,
You take
yeah, fuck it. Abe, you just open everything, man.
Who
Let's
does
open that
what?
one then.
Let's see what we get first.
Okay,
yeah.
Abe opens the grey-colored one. Is that true?
Presumably, have you taken anything yet? Have you picked anything up?
Yep. I
Okay.
took the gauntlets and I gave Zenariah the lantern.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna retreat further down the stairs. A little bit.
Okay, you
What's that
open.
lantern called again? Sorry, quickly so I can add it in.
What's the last what? Oh, the lantern. It's called the Lantern of Revealing.
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
I think we should share them. Well, after we've seen all of them, we can share them around.
Okay, so you open the silver chest, and inside of it, you see a small grey rod, very similar to the one that you found at the top of that tree, placed there presumably by one of your brethren. And it has a very similar note. And this one seems to, as you pick it up to read it, some of the text changes in like a swirl, and you double take and think, did I actually see that? And it says, "This is an immovable rod. Congratulations on making it this far. I would not recommend proceeding. Think of these as your reward and go away."
Okay, so maybe we do not open the last one?
Nah,
And I
fucking
open the
open it
immovable
up.
board, so who wants it?
What is it? Pin stuff to its
Yeah.
place, right?
No, well, it's a rod. You like press a button and it just stays there wherever you put it. Nothing can move it.
Yeah.
I think it takes 10,000 pounds of force to move it.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, in
sweet.
mechanical terms, your characters wouldn't know that.
Just working out whether there's any synergies with
Classic Ash looking for synergies.
all about that.
I wonder what happens if you put a immovable rod in a bag of holding and then try and walk away.
You can make intelligence or arcana check.
I'm going to do an intelligence check, which I will fail.
Oh, make a natural 20. Sorry, roll
I
a
get
natural.
to reroll. I get to reroll.
Oh yeah, you do. Arguably a lucky halfling. Okay, with a 13, from what you know of bags of holding, they're not the rarest of items, but they're pretty uncommon, and you get the sense that when you put objects into them, they go somewhere far away, and when you retrieve them, you're pulling them back from that faraway place. So presumably putting an immovable rod inside of it would have no impact on the bag, but may do something wherever these objects go.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we shouldn't open that final one. What do we reckon?
I say, yeah, definitely open it as I back further down the stairs.
No, give me the effect. Yeah, don't worry, just
you
open
can-
it.
No, just go for it, guys. It's okay.
It's going to be fine. Joseph runs over and chops the head off the black dragon.
Okay, make an attack roll.
All right. There you go.
Okay, with an 11, you notice your short sword blade glance off the side of this enamel dragon's hide, but then you double take and look at it, and you notice the little sculpture seems to be swelling in size and growing and seems to climb off of the hourglass, and the hourglass crushes beneath it, and suddenly in the middle of the room you see a black dragon, smaller than you expected, and that is where we will end the session.
Oh shit!
Cheers.
Was that from chopping the head off it that
Yeah.
happened? Oh
I'm
shit!
attacking it.
Who knows?
Yeah. I was about to conduct a really, really helpful spell that would have told us what would have happened. I only realised too late that I hadn't. But I was like, finally, a chance to use augury. Like, what a random spell I haven't been able to use. I was like, yes.
Sorry.
Let me tell you, like,
I realised too late.
augury is one of those, like, it's one of a DM's favorite spells because it gives us the opportunity to be, like, to do even more, like, storytelling stuff. So I've been waiting for you to use it for so long.
Judge's spontaneity.
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.